Hi, I'm Vanessa, and today I'm going to show you how to make a pumpkin protein custard. It's a really good breakfast that you can make ahead and have for a few days during the week. The way I'm going to make it, it has 238 calories, 32 grams of protein, 30 grams of carbs, 2 grams of fat, 4 grams of sugar, and 14 grams of fiber. Now you can use any type of white bean that you like. Today I happen to have navy beans, so that's what I'm using, but you can use cannellini beans or Great Northern beans. Those work too. And I am using coconut flour, but you can use almond flour as well on this, so it is gluten-free. So let's get started. You want to have your oven preheated to 250 degrees, and then a square Pyrex works the best. And I've just sprayed it with some spray pan, and we're going to start mixing. I don't have the luxury of having a Vitamix, so my Ninja cannot quite blend in the carafe the beans quite as smooth as I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my 1 cup of beans in the small container and to blend it. So I'm putting my 1 cup of beans in my small container. And I need 2 cups of egg whites. So I'm going to use part of my egg whites to help blend up the beans. Now, if you do have a Vitamix or something similar, you're going to be able to just blend it right smoothly in your carafe, and you won't have to worry about blending it separately. But I like to have the beans very smooth, so and my Ninja does not make it as smooth as I would like it. So I blend them separately, and you can see how smooth that is. Just want to get all of that in there so I have all of those beans to help set that custard really good. I'm going to mix in the rest of my egg whites that I didn't add. And since I need 2 cups, I'm going to go ahead and add the 2nd cup. I'm going to add a tablespoon and a half of organic stevia. You can actually add a little less or more to your taste, depending on how sweet you like it. You can also use a liquid stevia. I just have some leftover pumpkin mix here, the 100% pumpkin puree, and add a cup. Next up, I'm going to add my spices. So I'm going to add about a teaspoon of cinnamon, a half teaspoon of, I have some organic ground ginger here, and just a little bit of cloves. About a 1/4 teaspoon of cloves. Not too much, otherwise it'll have a little bit too much of a bite. Now I'm going to puree that. Now that I've got that all pureed, nice and mixed, I'm going to add in a scoop and a half. I have level 1, First Phorm Level 1 vanilla ice cream. It's really good. It makes it really creamy. You could also use the ice cream sandwich, or you could use the new cinnamon cookie dough. That would be really good. But I still have some vanilla ice cream, and I really like this flavor, so I'm going to use that. And I'm going to puree that too. Whoops. As soon as I find my lid. Oh, there it is. My tablespoon of coconut flour. I just have its Better Body organic coconut gluten-free flour, but you can use an almond flour. And you just want to mix this ever so slightly. So now I'm just going to pour this into my Pyrex. And see how smooth that is? Now, if you have a Vitamix or some other blender that blends really well, you can just blend it all together in one hit, and you don't have to, one shot, you don't have to worry about blending the beans separately. But I know this Ninja does not blend it quite as well as I'd like to, so I blend it separately first. Okay, so now I'm going to put this in 250 degree oven and make sure I set my timer, because it takes about 1 hour for this to cook. Okay, so while the pumpkin protein custard is baking, I'm going to make a topping for it. The pumpkin protein custard is a lot like eating pumpkin pie. So I kind of like to have a whipped topping on top of it. And so I'm going to use Phorm 2% yogurt. I use a cup of that. And one scoop of my level 1 vanilla ice cream. And it makes a really fluffy topping to go on top. You don't have to put a topping on top, but I kind of like it. And the topping will add 91 calories, 14 grams of protein, 4 carbs, 2 fat, and 3 grams of sugar. So it's not a whole lot of extra to it. It just depends on what your macros are, whether you add it or not, or you can use less. You can actually divide your protein custard into less if you need to meet your macros. So I'm just going to blend this up. So the protein pumpkin custard is finally done. So I'm going to let it cool a little bit before I put the whipped cream / icing on it. Okay, so my pumpkin protein custard has cooled slightly, and I'm going to add the topping on it. And it's just like whipped cream. It's really creamy. The level 1 protein powder, it just blends so smoothly into anything you blend it in. And putting it with the yogurt is almost like having an icing on your custard. It's really good. Smooth it out really good. Level, equal amounts on all of it. Make sure you get all of it out of the blender. You can actually blend it just with a fork or a spoon and in a bowl. It blends so well. Now I'll cut that into 4 and have that for breakfast 4 different days this week. And there you have it. Bon appetit.